Hello and welcome to Rockingham Motor Speedway for the second race and the second round of the season for the VCRL Formula 3 Championship here in the Midlands with a very interesting grid of 9 cars out there on track for this one here at Rockingham, sorry. So we've got the grid all sorted out now. This is a reverse grid of what you saw the finishing order of race number 1, but cars that didn't finish will be starting from the back of the grid in the order they finished. So basically, the last car to retire is the first car at the back of the grid. So that's how that's going to work. So the grid will be as follows then. So pole position will be number 92 of Trip. On row number 2, we've got who's that? Next in number 90. Next up we have, if we get down the grid, we've got Andrea Scudolaro in number 91. Then position number 3 is going to be John Smith in number 2. Position 4 is going to be the Scott Kinton car. That is going to be number 21. Then we've got Owen Potter next behind them in position number 5. That is car number 26. Then it's Adam Turner in car number 44. Not sure why he chose that. Probably for the same reason everybody else would have done. Then we've got Kevin van der Bosch in P number 7 in car number 14. Then we've got 2 cars on the back, as I've already mentioned. So we've got Ben Singleton at the front of the non-finishers in car 16, and then Raf Hodgson in car 91A. So yes, we have got 2 car 91s out there, but we are going to run Raf's car as 91A just to differentiate them between each other. But still, apologies in advance if those 2 cars do get muddled up throughout the race, because obviously when you've got 2 cars identical, taking them apart is pretty much impossible, particularly as all the crash helmets look very much the same. So this will be a 10-minute race of open wheel action here at Rockingham for the first round, or the first race meeting, and the second round of the season for the Formula 3 Championship. So just waiting for the all clear around the raceway then. The lights will go in the gantry. We can't see them, unfortunately. In fact, you can just see them, and away they go. The lights are out, and a great start from the front row from Trip. Well, tangled behind there as John Smith didn't move away, and Kevin van der Bosch has hit him. So that's now a great start as they go around turn 1 for the first time, down towards the big braking zone at the double apex. Dean hairpin, there you go. They're going to try 3 wide down the inside. Got one of the blue cars swing down the inside. On the inside, it's still going to be a lead at the moment currently for Trip as Andrea Scudolaro tried to go around the outside. I think that was possibly Potter, indeed it was, and Potter's still got a car spinning around behind. Not sure who that was that went sideways. It looked to be number 2, John Smith, but there's number 21, Scott Kinton in the Red Bull livery car, who's made some decent headway in the first couple of corners.
Yeah, quite a clean opening few corners for these F3 cars, 3 wide into the first big braking zone. It could have been a bigger accident, but everyone stayed out of the way. We've got 1 car on the grass there, and off goes one number 14. I think that's Kevin van der Bosch who spun off.
Yes, he had to back out to avoid hitting the back of the 91A car of Raf Hodgson, who just seemed to slow up halfway round the corner at Grayson. I think this is Raf now just knocking down the cones of the national pitch straight as they head down towards the chicane at Brook for the first time. He's catching the back of Scott Kinton in car number 21. Your leader, I think, is currently Owen Potter in car 26 in the all-blue car with the white wings as they make their way down back towards turn 1 for the first time on the oval.
Yeah. And I think Adam Turner's managed to make his way up into second, with Tripp following behind in third. I think this is Andrea now following down third. He's in the slipstream. It's very powerful down the straight, but you have to be quite close to launch an attack.
Yes, and there's a bit of contact there in the hairpin. That didn't quite go to plan as Andrea Scudolaro got caught out a bit there by number 92 Tripp, who's backed out and has actually cost himself a position to Kinton. In fact, Andrea has gone off the track a bit there. They're trying 3 wide, and now I think Hodgson has just gone through on the inside of Andrea Scudolaro, who's having an absolutely terrible lap there. He's completely lost every bit of ground he may have had, and well, that could cost him dear in the later stages of the race.
Yeah, quite close here in the midfield battle. Oh, come on, it's over the wall.
We've got a huge rollover.
Goodness, he's gone the wrong way down the straight. Oh, it's hit the leader. Jesus Christ, how did that happen?
I've never seen that in Formula 3 before. Got a car up and over, and that was Raf Hodgson hitting trouble. Has now got John Smith in number 2. Got a car missing the chicane there. Is Andrea Sorry, not Andrea. I think Tripp, managed to overshoot the chicane there. Has lost a position to John Smith. He hasn't gained an advantage by doing it, but he's now sat in the slipstream to try and get down towards turn 1.
round the back corner here at Rockingham. He's in the slipstream. Can he launch a move as we go into the big braking zone? We've got another car in up behind. Is he going to send one up the inside? Nope. He seems to. He's been rear-ended by Kevin van der Bosch there.
I think
slammed out of the way. I think Kevin couldn't quite move out of the way in time because Trip broke quite early.
I think Kevin just missed him there, but it looked like Andrea's car lagged and stopped dead in the middle of the track. I've got another spinner. Kinton's gone. We've lost Kinton. He spun the Red Bull car, and I think he's just missed the barrier. That's down at the right-hander at Chapman Curve, so obviously the Lotus handling is not fitted to these Formula 3 cars of that particular corner. So if you have that car, looks like it could be crabbing a little bit, possibly there. We'll check as Singleton goes around the outside of Kinton as they go around the left-hander at Graceland's. He spun again, so things going disastrously wrong for Scott Kinton. 2 spins within about 3 corners.
Yeah, I think he has damaged the rear suspension on that car. He was going very slowly and it spun very easy as we see Bosch looking down the inside of Smith as they head down the home straight. He looks like he's got the drive of it. It looks like he can get the move done before we even get to the bank corner turn 1. Normally we can get a slipstream attack. Maybe Smith can let him go and get the slipstream. No, he's run a little bit wide. He's going to try and look for the outside. He's going to hairpin. He's under the slipstream. Is he going to duck out at the last minute? No, he's always gone around the oval. He just outbraked himself and went wide. Bosch gets the position, and we see Andrea hopping over the curbs there. And as Bosch moves to, I think, move up into 4th or 3rd place.
I think he's now in 4th place with Scott Kinton's demise a couple of laps, well, the last lap round, I should say. And well, he's going to line up and move on Andrea regardless, I think, here as they come back towards Grayson's. Not normally an overtaking position in Formula 3 this corner, but it could maybe made work. The top 2 have closed up ahead of them at the meantime as Turner's got the gap down to around half a second. But it looks like we've still got Andrea holding Van den Bosch off quite nicely in the high-tech racing car, the black car with the red pinstripes. As they make their way left, then they go right, then they'll go left again back to the oval. This is a very unusual track here, Rockingham, for the UK. It goes anti-clockwise. Most of the tracks go clockwise, so it's one of the very few circuits in the UK with more left-handers than right-handers. And, well, they're now tucked together as they go round turn 1, back towards the hairpin at to Dean, and they try switching positions there, and they very nearly tangled. And round the outside goes Van den Bosch. I don't think Andrea could do anything to hold off there as they make their way back towards the right-hander.
Yep, Kevin had so much momentum out of that last corner, and the help of the slipstream. Andrea couldn't really do much. He held the inside, but Bosch just drove round and round the outside. I think the top 2 are now quite close in this race, though. But they could be wrong, but I think they are getting quite close as we watch Bosch. Yes, Turner is very near to Potter now at the front. I could see a slipstream attack going down onto the next lap here.
It would make sense if they can do so as they come down towards the chicane at Brook. Obviously, Turner in particular is actually very experienced with open-wheeled cars and iRacing, and lately has been doing a lot of racing in Radical SR3s on there, which are, I think have some similar characteristics to these Formula 3 cars in some regards. But obviously they are still a very different kettle of fish to drivers. They have no wings as such at the front, but they do indeed have quite a sizable rear wing on them. And now he's took right into the back of Potter, who's won many a tin top championship here at VCRL. Whether he can get an open wheel title to his name later in the season, we'll wait to find out. This, of course, is at the moment an 8-round series, subject to change, of course, as they go right through Chapman Curve into the left-hander at Piff Path, one of the most creative and strange core names I've ever seen at a motor racing venue. But it looks like they're going to stay the same for the time being as they come into the left-hander at Gracelands towards the second hairpin at Tarzan.
Is within attack range, and Paul is going to have to start deploying defensive moves. We saw as we went down the home straight, he was breaking the toe, weaving around the circuit as Turner's right underneath him was to go down the national pit straight. You look for the outside, going around a chicane. Paul is going to really force him wide there. Nope, not yet, but Turner will have the slipstream. As Potter goes wide through the middle section, that's going to compromise his run up the straight.
It certainly was. They've now got... Potter's trying to go to the inside of the oval here. This could be interesting. They come to turn 1. They're still weaving around, and if they're not careful, they will take each other out at the rate they're going. It's getting a bit feisty up there at the front. And here we go. Potter's dove to the inside, Turner dives to the outside. He's going to try and get the cut back in the middle of the hairpin, and he's done it. He's down the inside. They're going side by side towards the right-hander at Yentswood, and I think Turner's got it. Yes, he's gone round the outside and finished the move at Yentswood, but Potter is trying to challenge back at Chapman, but I don't think he's going to do it.
Yep, Potter did the defence well, but he just ran in too hot, ran wide, and that allowed Turner to cut back underneath before we got to the right hand. As now it's Turner up in front, but Potter is still very much in fighting range as he can launch an attack now as we come into the closing stages of this race. So they expect to move into the first hairpin later on. As Turner slides wide.
Yes, Turner very nearly had a swapper on there and very nearly spun the 44 car round. We've got Bosch now catching, has just exited the hairpin at Tarzan. So he's coming to the chicane. So there's only the national pit straight between these three as they make their way out of the road course back onto the oval, if you like. Obviously, this is also another rarity for the UK. It's the only full-size oval in the UK, mile and a half of length, the oval round here at Rockingham, as most of the ovals in the UK are normally about a quarter of a mile long. And we've got a dive to the inside. Can Potter make the move stick? He can. What a fantastic move on the inside. And that is the lead chain again. Oh, Turner, he puts himself in the grass there. He just about held it.
Yeah, Potter got the benefit of slipstream going down the straight and just slammed it on the inside and did a nice block pass through the middle of the corner. But Turner is all over the back of him. This can get very, very feisty. As we say, I think we've got like 2 or so laps to go in this 10-minute race, judging by these lap times. Turner's right underneath him. Can he launch a move up into this hairpin, or is he going to wait until the back straight?
We'll have to wait and see, but on the subject of laps that you just mentioned, it will be 1 lap this time. Brian Turner's going around the outside at Tarzan, and that is a fantastic manoeuvre.
Have some of that, says Turner as he goes round the outside of the hairpin. As Potter is now in second place, and we're catching the back marker of Ben Singleton, and he's really bottled this all up here. Potter's looking for the inside, he's got wheel on the dirt. No, that could end disaster, but he's going to get the benefit of slipstream as we go down the home straight now. It's going to be close as they head now into the top hairpin as we go round the bank corner. Turner breaking the toe. This could go any way here.
So here they come into the hairpin for the last time. Turner's defending like no tomorrow. Potter goes outside, but he's not going to make it move. Well, make it work, I should say. That's a very strange sentence if that would work. And here comes Potter down the inside. He's had his nose chopped off nearly there. I thought they were going to clash, but it was probably a bit of camera illusion more than anything else. And the Singleton charge goes off the track a little bit behind them, but that doesn't really matter. As long as you don't take Van den Bosch out, it's not going to affect the result too badly. But it looks like Turner's going to hold it at the moment, unless Parker makes some heroics on the final couple of bends.
Potter locked up going into the top hairpin. That's why he just skidded wide and couldn't do anything about it. He's going to look into the hairpin. Turner on all the correct parts of the racetrack. And to defend as we go down the national pits right now, only really one more overtaking opportunity because the straight from the last corner to the timing line isn't really long enough to get the benefit of slipstream. Potter's going to look from the inside, but I don't think he can do it anymore. Turner's got a big enough gap now. Now have to come up on the hill. So in a dramatic finish, a dramatic last lap, Adam Turner takes the second race win here at Rockingham. Owen Potter close behind and Kevin Van den Bosch in a very solid third.
Fantastic stuff at the front from the Formula 3 brigade. Here comes Tripp, our only Swedish driver here today, coming out of the chicane now to come home in what looks to be a very lonely 4th place at the moment, unfortunately for him. He's probably not the most exciting of racers there, but he's 4th place. That's a very, very helpful 7 points to his championship. Here comes John Smith. He's going to come home 5th place for a second race in a row. Is he going to spin it final, Ben, like he did in race 1? He's held it this time as he makes his way down towards the start and finish line.
I think that was actually Andrea Scudero in 4th place there, not Tripp, because Tripp's got the black helmet, I believe.
Yes,
and this is Tripp, and he comes home now coming into 6th place. This is Tripp across the line with Scott Kinton rather close in 7th place.
And the 88 car was a lap down the chart, so that one has already finished. That finished just behind Kevin Van den Bosch, I believe. Raph Hodgson was a non-finisher, predictably, after he had one hell of an accident down at Gracelands earlier on in the race.